stopping by. Hopefully this will stay. I just want to give you a quick update on what's been going on. I know it's been slow on my channel, but honestly, I've been looking around at other content creators on TikTok, and with a couple exceptions, it seems to be slowing down for a lot. And I think I have been noticing a trend lately, and I want to get this off my chest. So I decided to use YouTube as a platform because, well, complain about one on that platform is not smart. TikTok. It's great. 15-second videos, 30-second videos, and if you're lucky, 3-minute videos, etc., etc. That's all fine and well. That's what you get for getting a cheapo magnet. It's been years. Yeah, I know. It feels like it's been years. I haven't actually, it's true, I haven't really done that many live streams. And partially it's because there hasn't really been much to stream live. I actually have done a couple Twitch streams. One was actually 3 hours long, 4 hours long. And I've been actually doing a lot of TikTok lately. That was what I was going to get at. I've been noticing two things. Well, actually three things. One, if you really want to learn about recent news, as in like real things that are going on versus what you see in the media, TikTok is actually a good place because I have learned so much from candid videos that people have posted and have been deleted because of content that is an eye-opener. Like this one kid was talking about this doctor who everything he says is fake about medicine and COVID and all these other things, and he was talking about like how he was wrong and blah, blah, and all this stuff, and it turns out towards the end he said, oh yeah, and by the way, I know this is true because that guy is my father, and he actually posted his name and his phone number, and I was like, it got taken down within like hours after he posted it. I'm like, dude. But what's kind of like a pet peeve recently of TikTok is, I know there's this growing anti-celebrity trend that's going on where people are just hating celebrities because of how they are, you know, like, oh, I'm suffering so much in my multi-million-dollar mansion, blah, blah, blah. But now they're all going on TikTok. And okay, I understand, I get it. You're a famous celebrity, you already have a following, you go on TikTok, you don't make any videos, and suddenly you get 1 million followers. Now, it's one thing if you're, you know, like a young pretty girl that just sits there and just dances a little bit and gets 10,000 followers. Sure, that's to be expected. I don't like it. You can make 1 million videos and have excellent content, but as soon as a young pretty girl goes on there, they'll have more followers. That's just the nature of the business. It sucks, I don't like it, but that's just what it is. But then you see these celebrities. Who was there I just saw recently go on there? Lady Gaga just recently got on there. Now, no fault to her own, it's just the nature of the business. People are going to do this. But it's kind of disheartening when you spend a lot of effort making a YouTube video, making a TikTok video, making any kind of social media, especially if you're not famous at all, and you're trying to build your brand, you're trying to build your niche, your whatever you want to call it. Then suddenly you have some celebrity come on and just stand there and suddenly skyrocketing views. And not only are they taking views away from you and subscribers away from you, per se, I'm not saying that they are doing that, but it feels like it's just, this is what it is. Celebrities are trying to stay relevant. They're trying to stay current. They know that there's a trend right now where anti-celebrity, I won't say hate, but irritation is now going on. So they're trying to reach out to the other social medias. But the thing is, you're fueling the fire. As soon as you join these things, people just are had it. You have your money, you have your fame, build on what you already have done. If you made movies, if you made TV, you did voiceovers, whatever. I'm not saying you can't do a thing and you can't join TikTok. But, and now to be fair, one thing that you can always say is I will be fair on these things is a lot of times when they go on there, they don't say follow me, do all this stuff. If they did, I would slam them so hard because, like, look, you already have your followers, but a lot of them are not. But then again, I see, okay, like for instance, I saw Lady Gaga video, one of her first ones on TikTok, and all she is in her closet with all her clothes, camera moving around like this, and just singing, just kind of half singing a tune. Like, okay, if you're doing that just to do that because that's you, that's great. Now, she didn't say anything about wanting to advertise or trying to get followers and like that. And maybe she's just doing it just to do it. But from my perspective, it's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But TikTok better not be slamming my For You page or trying to hyper advertise this because I do not want to see that. I don't care how famous you are. I'd rather see someone has 10 followers, put a lot of creativity in their content, and creativity in their videos, something that is unique or cool or something or unexpected or funny, different, entertaining, than just someone just posting a video of just, you know, and expecting a million. Now, I know, like, I know, I'm just venting here. Anyways, this was supposed to be a quick update, and then it turned out to be a TikTok rant. Yeah. So actually, I haven't. So if you want, if you want to see what's current with me, probably TikTok is just like Trainer Tips has been doing a lot of Twitch. He's kind of left the YouTube and gone on to Twitch. Come on, that's what's really happened. It's Twitch for gaming and YouTube for trailer updates, basically. Because I just recently seen a lot of his Pokemon Go content is like he's just reading what's in the news and like I can do that. Anyways, okay, back. Did it again. Okay, back to what I'm doing. I'm going to be uploading a video soon. I know it's been slow. A lot of it is just, to be completely honest, a lot of it's frustration with actually what I mentioned with TikTok and YouTube is the rants and raves are what's causing me to be slow in my uploads, because I feel like I'm hitting my head against the wall trying to make things that I'm putting a lot of time and effort into making videos, and it just feels like I'm not getting anywhere with it. So I'm kind of disheartened and frustrated, especially as, again, when I see what I see, it's like I'm not 18 lawns then, and you know, that's where I'm at. I'm dealing with that, and I know it doesn't matter to be able to make content, make videos, but then again, if you look at how PewDiePie started off, really look at the trends. Okay, let's talk shop. Let's talk YouTube. Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and PewDiePie. What do they have, or what did they initially have? They were young. I can say this. They're young. They're attractive in their own way. They're very boisterous in their opinions. They're very clear. And the reason why they each did well is because they each have a unique voice. If you think about it, Markiplier has that kind of voiceover that really sticks out. So when he talks, it's something that's really noticeable. I can't really do a Markiplier, but you get my point. Jacksepticeye has got that whole accent thing going on. I'm not saying he was the first one, but he was the first one to actually capitalize on it. And really, if it wasn't for that, I don't think he would have gotten as big as he did. And PewDiePie, if he tried doing the stuff now, what he's doing right now, starting out as a new channel, without all the domino effect from when he first started, would he be at it where he's at? And even he would probably agree with me, like, no, he wouldn't be anywhere near. He probably wouldn't even be breaking 1 million subscribers. Maybe not even 10,000, because honestly, he got in at the right age, at the right time. He jumped on it, and now he's doing a lot of DLive stuff. But he got at a good time, and good age, good bracket. He, tailored to his audience. Could I have done that? Possibly. I mean, I was older, but I mean, I think I could have latched onto it. I just didn't. I just didn't take the initial risk. Just like I didn't buy GameStop when it skyrocketed. I'm looking for that one thing that I could see before it happens instead of after. But as you saw in my last video, if you saw it, I'm looking for a truck, F-150 or Toyota Tacoma. Just something because I need a new vehicle. Let me just turn this off. Knocking sound's not good. And the next video I'm going to be uploading that's been delayed is that Egg Incorporated video. It's the number 3. And actually, there's a game I've also been playing, but I can't start from, I can't show you the beginning part of it. I can just show you gameplay of it. So I may do that in another video. It's an interesting one. I just picked up, honestly, it's from an ad. I will admit, I saw an ad, it looked like an interesting game, and I tried it. I'm like, okay, let me try it. But I'm not going to fall for those stupid fake ads. And there's been a lot of complaints about where you see a game being played in an ad, like where you go into a tower and you defeat the guy, and it looks really simple, or like the thing when you pull a thing and the lava goes down and it kills the monster, and then water and the treasure, but you don't actually play that in the game. It's a fake game advertising game that already exists, and you don't actually play that. But some games have actually been adding mini games to it. I think like Heroes of Legend is one where they actually incorporated those small mini games into it. We can actually play it. And I've tried it once just to see. Now, the thing is, you do play it, at least for that one. I'm not 100% if it's Heroes of Legend, but it's one of those build up your town and fight things. But you do play it, but it's a very quick game once you reach certain levels, and it's very simple. But then you go back to the original game. So I see what they're doing. They're trying to incorporate what people like into the game, but it's very simplistic, and it's not actually, how do I put it? Like every game, there's no sense of accomplishment when you do that. It's like, okay, it's a nice little ad, but and that's the thing. That's the reason why the dopamine and serotonin effect, the dopamine effect of getting the instant reaction and thrill. I understand the reason why most people play games is for the dopamine. Everyone's dopamine levels are all screwed up because of electronic media. See, I'm aware of that. I still do it, but I'm aware of it. Why do I play Star Trek Fleet Command so much? It's because I'm trying to get the Enterprise. It takes a lot of time. Anyone who says otherwise, unless they have a fortune, actually a little mini fortune to be able to pump money into it, it's going to take a lot of time. But you do get that dopamine of like, you just got that one upgrade or that one level or that one accomplishment or that one piece of gear. MMORPGs thrive on the dopamine. And there was that CEO of Facebook who fully and completely admitted in public that he regrets utilizing these abilities to have dopamine related games to attract and draw and keep people addicted to games. And social media is the same thing. If you think about it, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, DLive, it's the same thing. You get the dopamine hit of every time you see a like, every time you see a comment or a subscriber. Even if it's a negative comment, you still get like, oh, someone actually saw my content. You get a dopamine hit. It's a thing that feeds off of itself. And the guy fully admitted that he was responsible, and he knew full well that this was going to be what it is. It's a massive media addiction. And he looked so sad and so sorry. But you know what? I looked at that, I'm like, you SOB. You say this and you look sad But are you giving any of your money away to for these things? Are you doing anything? You know, you got your wealth, and he steps down from being a CEO. I'm like, yeah, you're not doing anything to compensate for what you knew full well. You just, it's like saying my bad, but it happened anyways. So to you, good sir of Facebook, you know what you can do with yourself. Not, no, it wasn't Facebook. God, I'm starting to confuse things. No, it was Facebook. It's Microsoft or Facebook, but it's not like Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg. It's not the big two. They have their own separate little conspiracy things, which is another reason why my channel's been slow, because I've been doing a lot of research in conspiracy theories and stuff that I've been learning. The real stuff has been kind of hair raising. I know someone mentioned about Bill Gates 2.0, that he actually died and that what we see is a manufacturer. I don't think that's legit. I think it's more like he's trying to rebrand himself after leaving Microsoft. Like Bill Gates 2.0. Now he's a entrepreneur, philanthropist, trying to save the world. He's sponsoring the vaccines for COVID, so you can pretty much guess where I feel about that. Anyways, enough of the conspiracy theories. There's plenty of stuff out there. I want to know how you guys are doing. If anybody's watching this, just if you, I know everything is opening up and everything's being, the vacation places are going nuts. Everyone's going haywire with having to do these things. This summer is going to explode, especially this 4th of July. And it's a good thing I'm making this video. Be careful this 4th of July. Especially if you're into conspiracies and if you're into these things. Here, I gotta open up the windows. It's getting hot in here. Yeah, because my phone is telling me this is too hot. So I'm gonna cool this off. Yeah, okay. So let this cool off a little bit. So, reason why things happen in sequence. COVID's kind of running its course. I'm still gonna make a separate video on that, because as much as it's real, there's a lot of things to it. But all I have to say is keep your eyes open to what's going on to the media, specifically this 4th of July. And there was, like, for instance, I saw something recently about McAfee, the McAfee guy, who was suddenly found hung in a foreign country. At this day and age, you all know, or you should know, and if you don't, learn about this, that every time you see anyone that's being hung in a foreign country, immediately suspect that. Immediately suspect that as assassination attempt or a cover-up, because it's too often that you see, some big celebrity is found hung in a foreign country, like David Carradine. I know full well that he was not hung. And it was even worse. They tried to degrade him, saying there was that gratification asphyxiation thing. Bull. I suspect that he got in himself that it's something that he shouldn't have, and you know. And I remember the McAfee guy even mentioned that he says they're after me, not going to do anything to myself. He even said he's going to tattoo his arm. So if you don't see it or something like that, then you know it's bull. So he actually went out of his way to say, hey, look, I fear something's going to happen. I'm going to actually brand myself physically, so you know who the real one is. I mean, that tells me that that's someone who's being legitimately scared of something. So take that for what it is. And then there's that building that collapsed in Florida. Anybody know about that? So the reason why I'm saying be careful this 4th of July is because this is the time where, statistically, when you have something happen like a pandemic or something big that takes you away from focusing on other things, like a big media, everyone's so focused on COVID, but they're not looking at what's being voted on or the freedoms being taken away. research that, by the way, to see what happened this past year. Yes, things have happened. Now that this is settling down, um, I just call them the powers that be. The powers that be are going to look for something else to kind of interrupt. What that means is, okay, you know that this is settling down. And then you got the whole Christmas thing going on later on, but they need something in the summertime to kind of interrupt the one thing so that they can go into the other thing, whatever other distraction. So it's a bump. What it is like you have something that's selling down that is very successful for them to cover up things, but they need something to kind of pull away from COVID. Because if the problem with something like this is when things settle down and there's nothing else going on, people start looking more and more in depth into it, and you'll see like, oh, well, look at all this. You already see it already. You see like the vaccines being questioned. Where did it come from? Where did the virus come from? And all this stuff. And people are starting to ask questions. So you need a bump. The bump is something that will, like, a shock value thing that will happen. You'll watch. It's not going to be on the 4th of July because it's always that obvious, but it's going to be around it. Maybe a couple of days before, a couple of days after. And it's going to be something not like global big, but big enough, at least in the States, that people are like, whoa, what just happened here? And as soon as they turn it away, they'll switch their distraction vehicle into that thing, and then they could kind of quietly wrap up. Problem is with COVID, it's never going to go away. It's like everyone still remembers SARS, and everybody still remembers like 1.0. Um, but they don't. I mean, people don't really talk about AIDS. It still exists. But you notice how hardly anyone talks about AIDS. That's still the longest going virus that still exists, and they still haven't found a cure for it. Why aren't they talking about it at all? Question that. It's still very relevant. But the thing is, if they ever need something to go back to, they'll always go back to, like, hey, look, there's a sudden resurgence of AIDS. Guess what? That won't be this year, but it'll probably be like a couple years from now. Um, so that's the update. It's like I've been doing a lot of research on these conspiracy theories, and it's funny. 10 years ago, I would mention like Illuminati and lizards and all these different conspiracy theories and all this stuff, and people would laugh and like, yeah, you're just one of those nuts. Now, if you know me, I'm not one to. I always do things with research, and I'm very practical. I'm not like tinfoil hat kind of guy. But if you notice, even 20 years ago, if someone were to ask me 20 years ago, they would think, oh yeah, you're strange. You shouldn't even be talking about this stuff. 10 years ago, you'd be like, oh yeah, you're talking about it, but you're still a nut. You're still blah blah. 5 years ago, like, oh, some of the stuff you're saying is true, but a lot of it's bunk. Now, very rarely is anyone saying, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to have to look into this. I've been saying the same thing. It just now, in the past 2 years, people are starting to take me serious on these things. There's going to be a point, maybe a couple years down from now, where they're going to say, why hasn't anybody talked about this? Why? And it's going to be too late. And you know what? It's because you didn't listen. It's because you didn't take me serious, or you didn't take some of the other. Now, and the problem is there are some people, I think they're probably shills or people purposely acting over the board, insane, to try to discredit what people are saying. It's easy. It's like you can have all these musicians trying to be, as a comparison, all these musicians trying to be serious, making a band, making something serious, making good music, trying to really work hard and put effort. Then you have the one band that goes out there and suddenly makes $1 million. They don't know how. They make crappy music, and suddenly all the focus is put on them. It's because they're being sponsored by somebody. Somebody is putting money into them to take away from focusing on other people. It's the same thing. If someone starts getting too big, they'll create a fake persona to distract or pull people away from them. Now, some people could say, well, that's what's happening to you, but I'm not big at all. I'll leave it up to you. Anyways, this is almost getting on half an hour, so I was trying to make this a quick update, but I wanted to put something out there. I'm still making videos. I'm still working on YouTube. I've been trying to rebrand my channel to be more all-inclusive because I don't want it just to be about Pokemon Go. I know I'm going to have to restructure it a little bit, have my own like Pokemon Go section. I do have a Raxian Gaming or Raxian Plays kind of thing, and maybe I'll put stuff under that, but I don't want to gouge out my channel either. Because I asked someone like, oh, what do you think my channel is about? And some people say Pokemon Go, and that's good and all, but I don't just want it to be about that because we know right now it's like the Pokemon Go YouTubers, the top ones are like, and it bugs me. They're like, oh yeah, you know, Pokemon YouTubers like blah blah. I won't mention the names anymore. It's like so and so and so and so and so. Like, yeah, you just basically gouged out everyone else that's trying to do content on it. You're just making yourself like being the elite. You know, you're elitist. You're the ones who have contact with Niantic. Well, guess what? There are other people trying to do it. I don't think you're even doing it intentionally. It just comes off that way. But still, you're not completely unbreakable. I mean, well, we know Niantic could say, you know what, we're stopping Pokemon. It's not going to happen. But let's just say game stops. The server's going to be shut off next week. You know, see you later, and suddenly they're gone. Suddenly Pokemon Go is gone. What are these all content creators going to do? Now they may do other things like, you know, working on trailers or travel and stuff like, and they may. And the thing is, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll keep a lot of their subscribers. A lot of them will drop, but a lot of them will stay. So just enjoy what you're doing. Don't try to segregate others. Try to be more inclusive. That's all I have to say. Anyways, I may do a live stream on here or Twitch. But if you want to see like maybe day-to-day actions, check out my TikTok. 3 guesses what my channel name is, and the first 2 don't count. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.